Here is another video in our Microsoft Excel series. Hope you do like it. If you do, please remember to subscribe. By the end of this video, you should be able to explain what is a formula or a function, identify and use basic functions, tell 5 basic mathematical operators in Excel, use autofill in completing formula and function. So let's try and see what is a formula and what is a function. In mathematics, a formula is an expression that is used to perform a calculation. Alright? Now, a function is typically a formula that is predefined, in our case, by Microsoft Excel. So we may say a function is a formula created for us by Microsoft Excel. Alright, now that we know what is a function and what is a formula, Microsoft Excel is mainly used for calculation purpose. One rule about calculation in Microsoft Excel is that we must always start with the equal sign. Okay, let's take a look at some of our mathematical operators that are used in Microsoft Excel. Here we have the plus sign that is used for adding. We have the backslash that is used for dividing. A star or an asterisk is used for multiplication, while the basic minus sign is what we use when doing subtraction. Let us now do an example of how we would use our in Microsoft Excel. Alright, so here we have a worksheet where we have 7 workers, and it shows basically a timesheet, the amount of hours worked per worker and the rate at which each worker is paid per hour. Now we're asked to do a calculation to complete the subtotal for each worker, as well as the tax, which is 15% of the subtotal, and then we're going to give a grand total. The grand total is calculated by subtracting the tax from the subtotal. Alright, so here let's do for John Brown. John Brown worked 25 hours at a rate of $36 per hour, which means that we would multiply the 25 by 36. Now, we're going to do a calculation. So, once we're doing a calculation, we must start with the equal sign. Alright? So, here's my equal sign. Then I can put 25 here. 25 multiply, the star or the asterisk is used for multiplication, multiply by 36. And after that, I'm going to press my enter key to get a result. Here I get 900. If you use your calculator for doing this calculation, you would get the same 900 here. But a better way of doing this, I'm going to use the cell address. Remember what we said was the cell address? The cell address was the name of the cell. Alright, so instead of using 25 and 36, I am going to use the addresses of 25 and 36. So let's go back to the same one here, erase, and start again. Again, it's a formula, so we begin with the equal sign. Now I'm going to say where the 25 is located in cell C2. So I'm going to put C2 here. Notice I no longer put 25. And if you take a look here, you're going to see C2 is being highlighted. Multiply by this 36 here, the address where this 36 here is located, which is D2. I could type D2 here, or I can click where D2 is located. I do not have to type it here. I can just click here. Then I'm going to press enter. Still getting my 900. All right. Now let's do this for the next person, which is Mary Peters. We start with an equal sign. I'm going to click where 800 is. Multiply that. The star is used for multiplication. Multiply by where the 65 is located. If you take a look at your formula bar here at the top here, you would see the same thing being typed out. All right, press my enter key, and there is my result. Now, one of the reasons why it's best to use cell address instead of the actual numbers itself is that if you want to change a number, right, you do not have to alter the formula in order to get your result. So for example, if I want to change this 25 here to 20, once I do that and I press enter, notice my subtotal automatically change. And it's the same thing. If I did not have the cell address, then I would have to go to my formula bar and change the number that I had in the formula. Let me just give an example of what I'm talking about. All right. Let me just erase this formula here, and instead of using cell address, I'm going to use the contents of the cell. All right. So let me say, start with the equal sign, 80. Notice I'm putting the cell content now, not the address. 80 multiply by 65. All right. I still get my same 5,200. But look at this. If I change this number here or any one of these number here, let's say I'm going to change this to 20. All right. So 80 multiplied by 20, there is no way it should give me 5,200. All right. Let's press the enter key to see what happened. Notice nothing changed. Right. In order for this to change, I would have to go into the formula bar, change this 65 here, because I no longer am I using 65. I am using 20 now. So I would put 20 here and then press the enter key to get a result. Right? Meanwhile, if I had used the cell address, let's go back to the first one, the cell address. And here I have the cell address here. I could just easily and change this number here to say let's 2 to 2. 20 multiplied by 2, we know our answer should be 40. Let's see. Here we go. So it is wise of us to use cell address instead of the contents that is within the cell. All right. Now, imagine if you were to perform this calculation for 700 workers, where you have to be multiplying the contents of column C into column D to get a result. You have to be doing that, typing in that formula. That would take a lot of time. You would probably get frustrated and don't want to do it. Now, lucky for us, Microsoft Excel has done a shortcut for us. something called autofill. Or should I say, yes, autofill. Now here is how it works. Once we do a calculation, and we know that calculation is going to be for a number of cells in the same column, what we need to do is simply go to that cell where the calculation has been done, move our mouse to this part of the cell. That's where this tiny box is located. Move our mouse pointer there. When the pointer changes to a black cross, a black plus, we're going to drag. So I'm going to hold on the left button of my mouse. This is the process called dragging. I'm going to hold on the left button of my mouse and move all the way, still holding down the button, move my mouse to the end of the list. Once I'm at the end, let's say if it was 700, 7,000, 7 million, once we get to the end, release the button of the mouse and it would automatically do the calculation for us. This is what we call autofill. And if you notice, if I click in any one of these resulting cell, go to the formula bar, you're going to see C7 multiplied by D7. The next one, still C, but this time it's 8. C multiplied by D. Anyone I click in, you're going to see C multiplied by D. C multiplied by D. So autofill has done the shortcut for us. Okay, guys. Now, guys, on your own, I'm going to ask you to try and complete the calculation for the tax as well as the calculation for the grand total. All right. A link to the file is in the description below. So you can download a copy of this worksheet and practice on your own. And if you do like my video, please give me a thumbs up to show appreciation. Thanks.